everyone, I'm Cynthia Patnaud, sexologist and youth program coordinator for the Missing Children's Network. In this next video, we will talk about sexual exploitation. Why is it so important? It's because actually, I know that it's not an easy subject to talk about. It's not really funny, but it's really important because it's unfortunately part of our world right now. And a lot of those teenagers that run away, you remember when we talked about kids who disappear, we said that most of our cases were runaway teenagers. Some of them will unfortunately end up in sexual exploitation. And sexual exploitation is part of human trafficking. So what is human trafficking? Human trafficking is recruiting, relocating, or harboring individual into forced labor or sex industries. So when we're talking about sexual exploitation, of course, we are on the side of sex industry. And what it represents is prostitution, pornography, exotic dancers or strippers, erotic massages, and escort services. So what can lead a person into being sexually exploited? It's really easy. Usually it's because there's a need who's not fulfilled. So it can be a need for money, for rent, for food, and it can also be for love. So those predators are really, really smart into locating what is the need that needs to be fulfilled and to really focus on that to approach their victims. And now I will let Dominique from La Sortie, The Way Out, to explain to us what leads those predators into targeting people and how they actually lure them into sexual exploitation. And I'll see you right after this.
Hi everyone, my name is Dominique Marzec and I work for the nonprofit La Sortie, also known as The Way Out. At La Sortie, we offer direct help services for the women victims of sex trafficking in the province of Quebec. When I talk of sex trafficking, it's important to understand that the victims are not always chained. Pimps really like to use ruse in order to lure their victims towards the sex industry. Examples of ruse would be promises for money, promises for luxurious lifestyle, but also for freedom, love, affection, attention, things like that. It's important also to understand that although populations such as youth centers and foster care are more at risk for sex trafficking, the pimps do not limit themselves in their efforts to find as many young people to exploit as possible. So in the first step, what the pimps will do is they will start to interact with their victim, whether it's in real life or in social media, such as TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. And what they will do is they will really they will create ties with the victim until there is really a relationship going on. Whether it's a friendship or what we see more often, the pimp will become the victim's boyfriend. He will usually, after that, he will wait for a situation of crisis, whether it's a crisis in the family, in school, or at work, and then that's when he will strike, and that's when he'll lure the victim into his trap. Now, as parents, you do have a certain lever to counter the pimp schemes. I would advise you to stay woke to the relationship you have with your children, and also always feed an open dialogue, very free of judgment towards them, because what they are going through is already very hard. So they have already so much problem to express it. From the moment they feel judged, it's going to be even harder for them to trust you and to express what they are going through. Instead, I would advise to really encourage them to do constructive activities for their health and for their education. Now, if you need to talk to someone as a parent of a victim of sexual exploitation, we would invite you to give us a call at La Sortie. You can find all of our information on our website at www.lasortie.org. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dominique, for your explanation. So I just want to say that it's also important to note that, yes, we talk about women as victims, but we have to know that there's also men who are victims of sexual exploitation. And there are also women who are actually living from the exploitation money. So they are women who are pimps and who are recruiters. So it's important to know that a victim is a victim, regardless of their gender, and we have to pay attention to that, and we have to offer them the most services as we can. And this is why it's also important to do prevention. So how do we do that? Actually, we have to teach people on how to build a strong self-esteem, create healthy relationships, and how to determine if a relationship is healthy or not. we also have to learn how to set boundaries, and also being careful on the virtual side, which is related to social media, because a lot of times those predators will use social media platform to actually approach their victim. So this is why me and my team created the SHINE program. We are really proud of this program that stands for self-esteem, healthy relationship, independence, no means no, and empowerment. And we've seen over 30,000 kids with this program in all schools in Quebec organization. And also we were giving seminars to parents, to teachers and social health workers, and also intervention workers and youth workers. So this program is actually built for grade 5, 6, and 7. So it goes from age 10 to 13. And it's actually showing the kids all of those aspects that we just talked about. So self-esteem, boundaries, healthy relationship, virtual versus the real world. And it's really nice to see their reaction and to teach them how to protect themselves, because those factors are helping them and will help anybody to be careful and to prevent from falling into sexual exploitation. So it was a great pleasure to be with you today. I hope you will enjoy those next videos and that you will follow us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.